This demonstration will cover Step 12, Multi-Site Management. Elastic Path Commerce Cloud natively supports multi-site implementations in a variety of ways, again, depending upon the needs of the customer. So the first scenario I wanted to talk through was managing multiple sites or multiple banners, multiple brands, however a customer might think of it, from a single instance of the Elastic Path Commerce Cloud store. So what this means is that we can natively support, again, multiple brands or multiple sites from a single instance of the platform. And in doing so, that allows customers to aggregate and realize efficiencies as it relates to product data, customer data, and a shared checkout experience. So the scenario I'm going to walk you through here is back in our demo environment with Blue Harbor. And you can see we do have our sister site, Galoshes. So Blue Harbor is its own brand, Galoshes is a sub-brand. We're managing this from one Elastic Path store to the tune of multiple catalogs. So what this means is when I shop Blue Harbor, I'm going to go, let's maybe take a look at some home products. I want to purchase a pillow as an example. And we'll see some of my options come up. I can, maybe choose my color and size here. And now I'm going to add to cart. And you can see I have the ability actually to name my cart. So for this, this can be used in a variety of ways. It allows customers to keep track of carts that they want to purchase at a later date. You can also manage wish lists and things like that. But I'm going to go ahead and create a new cart, and we'll call this MQ23 as an example. We'll create that cart, and we've added now that product to this particular cart. So again, I've maybe stepped away from my desk for a little while. I've come back and I can, finish this transaction, but realize that perhaps I want to do some shopping for my children. I need to buy my daughter some athletic shorts. So I've just toggled banners and I've moved over to Galoshes, right? So this is a completely different site, completely different URL, and I'm going to do some shopping here as well and take a look at some items in the girls category, maybe choose the medium size for my daughter. And again, now in this add to cart, you can see my MQ23 cart has come across. That's because as a customer, I exist one time for this this organization across all of their sites. So as a customer, I realize efficiencies from that standpoint. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to combine that with this cart, and now I can transact both together. So now when I look at my cart, you can see I've got my pillow cover from my Blue Harbor site and my shorts from my Galoshes site. These are completely distinct catalogs. They can be merchandised separately, but from an experience, a customer experience standpoint, we can combine the checkout and even leverage promotions if they're available across both sites as well. So I'm going to go ahead and check out. I've got my address list, and I can maybe skip the gift card step, and I'm going to pop in my credit card information, again, leveraging the quick checkout experience with EP payments. I just have to put in my code here. And with that code accepted, then my credit card is verified and I can place the order. So this is typically a scenario that creates difficulty in platforms because each distinct site and each distinct catalog is managed separately in different either instances of the application, or they have to code on the front end as a way to make those carts become unified. This is native and out-of-the-box capability with Elastic Path. So now when I come back to my Elastic Path Commerce Manager and I take a look at my catalogs, you can very easily see how easy this was to set up. So I have my Galoshes catalog with the high-level categories that we saw online, babies, kids, and tweens. I've got my retail price book, and I can see, again, the product list here for my kids site versus my Blue Harbor site, which is coming out of my retail catalog, and you can see the same categories that we've set up here with my retail pricing. And then if I look at my orders, we can see this is the order that I just placed, and I have the products from two distinct catalogs combined together within my order. So I've got my pillow cover and the training shorts from the Galoshes site. So creating a multi-site experience from a single store or platform, essentially instance of the platform with Elastic Path, is extremely straightforward through the assignment of catalogs. And again, leveraging the catalog rules to determine which site experience will pull in which catalog. Now, there are some instances of multi-site that look a little different. So in this case now, I'm thinking of a B2B to C type experience. So we introduced the concept of organizations when we were talking about user management, but we're going to revisit that concept here because it also supports a multi-site experience. So in this case, again, when we think about B2B to C, there's often a need to have logically separated stores, meaning we don't want the crossover of product and or customer data because that middle B doesn't want any of the other middle Bs in that setup to see their information. So in this case, we leverage organizations, again, where I've set up all of my products, pricing, etc., and then I can filter down into the individual stores as well. So in that case, let me just go back to my sharing. In that case, we can easily launch a store from our organization setup. So in this case, I have two organizations that I'm working with, and I want to launch an experience out of my pre-sales org. So I'm going to click on that organization, and we can see I have one store in that organization. And to support a B2B to C type of environment where we want to make it very easy to manage the back-end store setup as well as the front-end experience, we can launch the storefront directly from Commerce Manager. And in this case, we're leveraging Unstack, which is Elastic Path's front end as a service solution to drive the ease of setup for those multi-site experiences. So I can click Launch Storefront. It opens up my Unstack Quick Start, and now I have access to that store I set up for this particular site. And of course, for each individual store that I create, I can tie it to an Unstack store and then manage that store directly from Unstack, pre-populating all of the information that I need to generate my store experience. So in this example, again, we're taking the B2B to C model, which says I want to manage multiple stores within my Elastic Path Commerce Cloud organization. I want to tie it to a front-end solution that dynamically generates that store for me based on my setup. So if I come back here and I look within this particular store and I take a look at my hierarchy, you can see that's matching what I have within my Unstack setup here as well. So those are the two methods by which to manage multi-site experiences within Elastic Path Commerce Cloud.